Okay, let's start with a simple fact. Date palms, they're grown in India. Now, that might sound pretty straightforward, right? But believe me, that one little fact is the very end of a massive story, one that stretches back thousands of years and across entire continents.
So, what can one fruit teach us about 5,000 years of history? Well, let's find out. Because you see, a date isn't just a sweet snack. It's kind of like a tiny time capsule. And today, we're going to open it up and unpack the incredible journey that's hidden inside.
All right, so first things first. We all know dates, right? That super sweet, energy-packed fruit. They are just perfectly made for those hot, dry places where they grow, giving you this amazing, quick hit of fuel.
But now, try to picture this in the ancient world. You're in a world with no refrigerators, no fancy packaging. So a food source that you can easily dry and just carry with you, that was an absolute game changer. For travelers, for merchants, dates became the go-to staple. It was this reliable energy source that wasn't just about convenience, it was about survival.
But here's the thing, the story is so much bigger than just the fruit. We have to talk about the tree itself. Because in a lot of ancient desert cultures, the date palm wasn't just some crop. Oh no, it was revered. They called it the tree of life.
Its fancy scientific name is Phoenix dactylifera. And let me tell you, this thing is a true specialist. It is built to thrive in conditions that would just wipe out most other plants. We're talking intense heat, blazing sun, super dry climates. It's a total master of its environment. And that's why it was so essential. I mean, sure, the fruit gave you food, but that was just the beginning. The leaves, you could weave them into baskets, mats, even roofing. The trunk, that was your timber for building stuff. And the tree itself, just by being there, provided shade, which made it possible to farm other things underneath. It was basically a complete life support system all in one.
And what's really incredible is just how far back this history goes. We're talking thousands of years ago, starting in Mesopotamia. And get this, planting a date palm is not a quick win. It takes years and years for it to mature and produce fruit. So what does that tell us? It shows that these ancient civilizations were thinking way ahead. They were planning for their kids and their kids' kids. It's a living legacy of that amazing foresight.
Okay, so how on earth did this incredible tree travel from the ancient Near East all the way over to India? Well, it wasn't an accident. It was all part of this amazing, dynamic story of people connecting and sharing things.
This story really kicks off in Mesopotamia and that whole region, the ancient Near East. That's where farmers first figured out the secrets of the date palm. They domesticated it, and it became a total cornerstone of their farming.
So, how did it spread? Well, the same way everything has always spread, people. Think about those ancient trade routes, crisscrossing land and sea. They were like super highways, and they weren't just carrying spices and cool fabrics. Nope, they were moving crops, farming techniques, and all this crucial knowledge from West Asia right into India.
And this is where the journey gets its happy ending, so to speak. When the date palm finally gets to India, the local farmers, who had their own incredible agricultural wisdom, they knew exactly where it would be happy. They perfectly matched the tree to the right environment, these drier areas like Gujarat and Rajasthan. It was this perfect mix of a new crop and incredible local knowledge.
Okay, now we get to what I think is the most fascinating part of this whole story. It's so easy for us to think of ancient farming as, well, simple, right? But the reality, especially when you're talking about a tree like the date palm, was anything but. It was seriously complex. You know that myth of ancient farmers just like tossing seeds out and hoping for rain? Yeah, that's not how it worked. The reality was so much more sophisticated. These people weren't just hoping, they were sharp observers, they were innovators, you could even call them scientists of their environment. They had this incredibly deep understanding of the natural world.
I mean, just look at the skills they had. They knew all about careful water management, how much to use and when. They knew the exact type of well-drained soil these trees needed to thrive. But the craziest part? The real mind-blower? Active pollination. See, date palms have male and female trees. And these ancient farmers knew they had to climb up there and manually transfer pollen from the male trees to the female ones just to get a good harvest? That is some next-level hands-on agricultural science.
There's this quote that just nails it. It says, "A date grove is not the kind of thing people create by accident." And that's so true. Every single grove you see is basically a monument to human ingenuity, to careful planning, and to this really profound connection with the land.
Okay, so we've followed the tree on its journey. We've looked at the incredible knowledge that came with it. Now let's bring it into the present day and see how this ancient crop became so much more, how it got woven right into the fabric of culture. Think about it. Over thousands of years, when a plant is that useful, it doesn't just stay food, it becomes a symbol. And that's exactly what happened. In India, and really all over the world, dates are a part of everything. From how you welcome a guest, to how you celebrate a festival, to religious traditions. It's just a part of life.
So, when it all comes down to it, the next time you see a date palm growing in India, remember you're not just looking at a tree. You're looking at the living, breathing result of this unbroken chain of human activity. You're seeing thousands of years of decisions, journeys, and incredible skills, all passed down, generation after generation.
So this humble date palm, it turns out it's a pretty powerful storyteller, huh? It tells us about ancient trade, about sharing knowledge, and about the incredible patience of the people who came before us. And that leaves me with one last thought for you. What incredible story is hidden in your next meal?